Hey, it's such a happy day. What do you mean you can't come? Ashley, as I explained to you earlier, my mother passed away. I heard about that. I'm asking why you can't come over here. I'm sorry, it's so sudden. I was surprised too. Today is the first birthday celebration of a relative's child. I'm very happy for you, but I'm afraid Cash and I can't come this time. Why can't even Cash come? His wife's mother passed away. As a husband, isn't it only natural for him to attend the funeral? Don't just decide according to your set of rules. We have our own rules. It's a happy occasion, so I won't allow him to miss it. I'm sorry. We'll celebrate at a later date. I told you before that it's a gathering of relatives. I won't allow you to cancel our plans just for a funeral that popped up later. You and Cash, come home right now. My father passed away 3 years ago, and I have to be the pallbearer. I don't care about your parents' funeral. It's important to me. I want to give her a proper send-off. Just blow it off and come over here. It won't make any difference whether you're there or not. What a thing to say. Didn't your mother do your father's funeral? Of course she did. He was the head of the family. We had to send him off in style. I feel the same way. She raised my sister and me with love. There are many people who will come to say goodbye to her. As a daughter, I want to say goodbye to her. It's only about 20 people. My husband's family had over 100. I don't want to compete. How long will it take you to get back? Take off your funeral clothes. It's bad luck. We're celebrating a happy occasion. I don't want any gloom. I'm saying I can't go back. You're putting Cash in an awkward position. He's the heir to the family. You want to live in this town from now on and be ostracized by all your relatives? That's not good, but... Then you should get out of that thing and come here. You have to show that you're a good wife. I think there are priorities. Maybe next time. If you're that stubborn, get a divorce. Huh? You don't have to come back. If you love your mother so much, you should get in a coffin with her. But Cash, send him over here. Just wait a minute. You've been away from home since the day before yesterday. You have no sense of responsibility even though you're my daughter-in-law. You gave us permission, didn't you? I forgot about the birthday party. If I'd remembered it, I wouldn't have let you go. I've got a lot of formalities to go through, so I thought I'd stay here for a week or so. Oh my God! You are the most irresponsible person I've ever met. There are no wives like you anywhere. I can't believe you won't listen to your mother-in-law. The funeral started, so if you'll excuse me, I'm sorry. Hey, you! Wait! Get off your ass and do your duty as a wife. My mother-in-law is really annoying. My name is Yvonne. I'm 32 years old. I live with my husband in his hometown at his mother's house. My father-in-law has passed away, so the three of us live together. It's torture living with my mother-in-law. At first, she pretended to be nice. She was very calm and gentle. I thought, I can get along with her. Once I started living with her thinking that, she gradually began to reveal her true nature. I am working, and my mother-in-law is home every day. She does not do any housework but complains about every little thing. She has complained to my husband on more than one occasion. My husband has asked me if I wanted to move out of the house, but my work schedule made it impossible for me to leave this place for the time being. I had to be patient. I couldn't concentrate on my mother's funeral. The staff at the funeral home called me to the lobby. My mother-in-law interfered with my mother's funeral in the most ridiculous way. Ashley, what are you doing to me? What is it? What did I do? Please don't play dumb. I was called by the funeral hall staff and came out to the lobby. You've been making prank calls to the funeral home and honking your horn in the parking lot. This is going to ruin the funeral. You and Cash come over here and I'll stop harassing you. You can't drive. And who is the one honking the horn? It's none of your business. Why do you want me to go to the celebration so badly? I don't want people to think I'm a mother-in-law who can't control my son's wife. Your relatives are family. Why do you have to look good? If I tell you to come back, you come back. Then they'll be impressed with how well I've trained you. I'm not a dog. Please stop thinking about discipline and control. A wife is like a pet. If you get the training wrong the first time, you'll have a hard time after that. Please don't interfere with the funeral. I want everyone to say goodbye to my mother. I can't say goodbye to her with all the noise. Then come back. There's still the casket and the burial to go to. If I, the eldest, leave, my sister will be nervous. You want me to come to the graveyard? That's fine with me. But I don't think you'd like that, would you? I don't think your relatives will be happy if I leave my parents' funeral behind and come over to celebrate a birthday. Nobody knows anything about the funeral. Oh, you haven't told them? You want me to tell them? Or are you trying to get money? Nasty woman. I mean, there's a big difference between just not going and not going because of a funeral. If I told someone that my mother passed away, I'm sure anyone with common sense would understand. Are all your relatives like you? Yes, they are a sensible family, unlike your insane one. Don't worry, I didn't say you wouldn't attend. If you come now, you can make it. Ashley, has Cash called you? He's very angry. He doesn't matter. He doesn't understand the importance of educating his wife. He'll be back as soon as the cremation is over. Cash just called the relatives. That's too late. No, they said they'll delay the start time a little and everyone will stay behind. Really? That's good. You didn't tell anyone about what I just did you? You know what would happen if you called the police or something. I didn't. Oh, good. Then get it over with. We don't have time for dead people. You're right. The birthday present is $1,000. That much? I've been very indebted to that family for a long time. The birth of their long-awaited first son should be worth that much. I understand. I've prepared an envelope for you to put it in with my congratulations. Okay, I'll leave you to it. You're not done yet? I'm waiting at home. What are you waiting for? Hurry up and come home. Cash and I are already at the relative's house. What are you doing, Ashley? What? I was waiting at home for you to pick me up. It's a 20-minute walk. Why didn't you come by yourself? Did you give them the congratulatory gift? I hope you gave the right amount. Yes, I gave them $100. You just gave it to them without me? I said $1,000. $100 is too little. That's not right. Everyone gave $50 to $100. That's why we're special. I'll apologize and give them the remainder. So give me the other $900 immediately. It's obvious. You were going to take out $900, weren't you? Do you think I would be so stingy? I do. I'm on my way. I'll tell you a thing or two. Maybe you shouldn't come. Why not? I don't know what's gonna happen. What? They're all very angry. Why? They are wondering what kind of mother-in-law would ask her daughter-in-law's parents' funeral to be cancelled. Why did you tell them? We had to tell them why we were late, didn't we? I was worried that they were all crazy like you, but I'm glad they all understood. I went to the house in tears and everyone was worried about me. I was relieved to hear that you were the only one who was crazy. This is between you and me. You made a big deal out of it. No, you're the one who got us all into this mess. Even the birthday celebration was supposed to be a small family affair. But you intervened and told us to have a big party with lots of people, didn't you? It's more fun that way. It's a happy occasion. What's wrong with that? I heard that even in the countryside, there aren't people who give $1,000. I was about to be fooled. That's enough. I won't go to the celebration. Say hi to everyone for me. It's not just a celebration. You'd better realize that you won't be invited to all the weddings and funerals in the future. Even if you want to go, you'll be uninvited. Why not? Doing this to the daughter of the president who's been so kind to you, everyone says they don't even want to think of you as their relative. What do you mean? They wanted to go to the president's funeral themselves. But they also said it was sad that they were not allowed to attend so as not to burden the employees. Who's the boss? Do you know of a chain of commercial facilities that operates mainly in rural areas? Niasco, right? There's one near my house. Of course I know of it. But so what? It's a medium-sized shopping mall. It's very much appreciated by people in rural areas that don't even have shopping malls. Many of my relatives and neighbors work there. I believe you work there part-time or something? It's been talked about in the media as a way to help solve the local employment problem. So what's the point? Tell me already. It was my mother who developed Niasco. What? She was the president of Niasco Corporation. Your mother was the president? Why didn't you tell me? When we greeted each other before our wedding, my mother told me that she would decide whether or not to tell you about her business. She didn't tell me. That's what I meant. My mother decided she shouldn't tell you. Why not? When you're the president of a big company, there's no end of people asking for money. Are you saying I'm like that? In fact, you are so dirty with money that you even tried to steal the birthday money. You took advantage of a child's celebration and tried to make $900. There's no limit to the extent of your greed. That's my mother. She saw right through it. You're out of line. You are disrespecting your mother-in-law. If I knew you were such a mother-in-law, why do you think I moved in with you? Because Cash, who loves his mother, suggested it, right? No, it was because I needed to stay here for a while for the opening of Nyasco's new store.
What?
I am not a part-timer. I was an area manager in charge of setting up and managing the store.
What's an area manager? I don't understand. Is that big?
It's not big. It's a job with a lot of responsibility.
You're just a low-level worker, so don't get all smug about it.
I'm not an area manager anymore.
Don't tell me you were fired for being too incompetent. Well, that makes sense. Do you want me to do it for you?
No thanks. You're the only one I won't be hiring under my authority.
Who do you think you are? Will you stop being an insane, unemployed person?
I am not unemployed. I'm taking over as president of the company, in accordance with my mother's wishes.
What?
I'll be working at the head office, so I'm moving out and moving back to Tokyo. I will start a new life in Tokyo with Cash, so...
Wait a minute.
Please live quietly in this peaceful town, without being bothered by anyone.
You're not taking me with you?
The house my mother left behind is certainly large, so it's not impossible to invite you.
Then it's settled. I've always wanted to live in Tokyo. I've always longed to live in the city.
I'm not going to invite the trash who interrupted my mother's funeral and didn't even let me take my time to say goodbye.
What?
Today, my sister and I promised to toast together while looking at my mother's portrait. Now she's waiting for me to come home alone because of Trashly.
I think you're talking to the wrong person. I am your mother-in-law.
What's wrong with calling you Trashly? Acting like trash and talking so big?
Just because you're the president doesn't mean you can act so high and mighty. Oh my. Some people change when they have money.
Shut up, Trashly.
Don't say that.
Ashley is such a pretty name. It doesn't suit you, so I changed it. I left you with Ash. You should be happy. Or I'll call you Trash. I feel sorry for the Lee used for a trash name like yours.
Smart-ass girl.
Cash loved our mother too. He adored her more than his own parents. That's why he's so angry about this. He says he doesn't mind if we cut off our relationship with you.
Cash has nothing to do with this. He is my son. Of course he would take my side.
You really are an idiot. Cash started a new family. That's his priority.
Don't take away my son too.
That's okay. You have your thug boyfriend.
Huh?
A scumbag with no money and no teeth whom you've been dating since your husband was still alive. The youngest of 8 brothers, Butch, 59 years old. You two are a perfect couple. Trash and scum.
How do you know all about that?
Cash caught some asshole honking his horn in the funeral home parking lot. He told him to tell everything or he'd call the cops, and Butch folded.
Damn Butch.
You've got a bad temper and bad taste in men. You're helpless.
I can't stand it. I can't believe I'm being so ragged on by you. You should watch your step.
That's my line. No matter how angry Trashly gets, there's no one left who will listen to her anger. You need to understand your situation. Loneliness is the hardest thing for a human being.
I've never heard of anyone being cut off for disturbing a funeral.
I've never heard of anyone disturbing a funeral. By the way, did you know that's a crime?
I've never heard of such a crime.
It's called obstructing a sermon. I went to law school, so I remember thinking there was such a thing.
No way.
A prank call to a funeral home is a crime of obstruction.
I didn't mean to commit a crime.
So?
You're not going to help me? You inherited a large amount of money, didn't you? You're the president of Nyasco, so you'll be making a lot of money from now on. Somehow, with the power of money, could you...
Our company is also big on donations. We build schools and wells overseas. We can't spend money on garbage.
Oh, please.
Don't bother me or Cash ever again. I won't even let you see your grandchildren. Well, I think you'll be arrested, so you might not see them even if you wanted to.
You said you wouldn't report me.
I didn't, but the ceremony hall did. You and your scumbag boyfriend are going to be sorry in a cage.
Oh no.
I'm going back to my sister's. I don't want to be disturbed. I'll block you. Goodbye, Trashley. Trashley was arrested. Unfortunately, it was her first offense, so she was just fined. Perhaps it would have been easier to go to jail, because she was cut off from 8/10 of the town, or should I say plenty of the town. It seems that she was completely ostracized by the people. By the way, do you know what the other 2/10 of the town are? I heard it's to lend a hand at least for the funerals and the fires. I wonder if there's anyone who can give a hand to Trashley. As for me, my work is so hard that I don't even have time to worry about Trashley. Once again, I realize how great my mother was. I'm going to do my best to fulfill my mother's wish, which was to cheer up Japan.